Get it. Chef Chris here, celebrity chef, here with dietitian Dorothy. We're going to inform you today of hot, sexy ways to make food. And I love what Chef Chris says here. How to keep the food sexy is, he told me it's simplicity. Yeah, tell
Yeah,
me
yeah.
about.
That whole concept comes from a guy who lived not too long ago named Albert Einstein, who said a couple of magic words to me that really hit me. The genius simplifies it, the idiot complicates it. So if you can if you can look at it at its most simplistic aspect, you can do amazing things with it. You could take it, contort it, turn it, change it, do whatever you want to do with it. But at the same thing, it's still that same element. So simplicity is key, and that's 95% of the time that's the goal. That's the goal. Unless I have a client that says, "Hey, just blow the doors off it," then next thing you know, you're dealing with like gold leaf and shit like that, which doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense
Yeah.
to me, but I do what the client says. So
Right, right. Yes. So tell me about some of the celebs you worked with. This is so cool. It's such an honor to chat with you.
um um yeah, this is one of those times when I wish my wife was here because she remembers them more than I do. I, I can only talk about the ones I only remember the recent ones. So I just finished up with Paul McCartney. I did a couple of days with Roger Waters. Now I go on to Kendrick Lamar, and then I think we're gonna do some European shit. So
Okay.
back to the other side of the ocean, which is fun. If you've never been, go travel. Get your passport. I'm talking to you. Get your passport.
Even in these times, even some people are a little scared too, but
It's so much fun. It's so
I
much fun. Well,
agree.
you get exposed. Well, the thing that I love about travel and cooking is that I get exposed to so many different cultures, and at the same time, I got all this different food that I would never have thought of. Things that I would never have thought of putting together, and then all of a sudden, I'm sitting at a table with a family who I've never met in a random country, eating the most amazing food. And
Huh.
I think that's what it is. That's what it is. I've never been around, and this is me. This is only me speaking. I've never been around bad attitudes and good food. The things just
Very, yeah.
they don't go together.
Uh-huh.
You always have that, like, that's that barrier. That's that cohesiveness. All of a sudden you realize we all need to eat. No matter where you are on the planet, you
Mm-hmm.
need to eat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So with my skill set, I'm fortunate enough to be able to travel and feed people and do what I love to do, and they pay you for
Yes.
it.
You have the best. You have such a cool job. I love it.
And they
So,
pay you for it.
yeah, so neat. So tell me, give me an idea of when you were traveling, sitting around a table with people, you saw a different culture, what they put together, and you use that in your own cooking, in a nice, simple way that maybe our viewers could do. Hmm.
Sorry.
No problem.
Radar, Winnie, cool it,
We
cool it.
love pets around here.
Cool. Hey, come on, come on. I'm. T- can I do this thing?
He
Okay,
could be,
whatever.
he or
Hold
she
on,
could be in
hold on,
the show.
hold on, hold on. Winnie,
Um,
cool it. Okay. Let's see. Where have I traveled? Um, Mexico would be one, but I'm trying to think. I'm more interested in like overseas, so
uh,
like Europe. I remember this one time in Germany. Uh, we were in a little town called Leipzig, and Oktoberfest was going on, and
yeah.
we had a couple of days off. So we were in this little shitty van driving around, and we pull into this little place where they had like all this beer and stuff. Best thing ever. Best thing ever, because we sat down, started eating, and then we started talking. We started talking to the people around us, and the people around us knew the people who owned it, and they found out that we were chefs. So then they took us back into the kitchen and showed us how everything was made. And so, like, the sauerkraut is so simple but so complex. You take a head of cabbage,
Uh-huh.
a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, chop it up all together, cover it, put it away. It comes out amazing. And I was blown away by like how this, again, back to the simplistic aspect.
Right. And do you put it in the fridge to sit?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Covered?
You can, or you cover it with plastic, put it in the refrigerator. You can add caraway seeds. You can add any flavoring you want from that point on. But right now, at that point, you've made a simple pickling liquid. Just by adding vinegar and sugar together, pickling.
What is that word you're using?
Pickling.
Oh, pickling. Yes. and the vinegar.
The vinegar and the sugar, and the vinegar helps with the digestion.
Right.
The sugar also helps to break down. So through all that.
Yep.
Prebiotics,
probiotics.
Yeah. The healthy ones though.
Yeah.
The healthy ones though. And what's crazy is that you can, how do I say this? You can pretty much break down all vegetables to their simple. Again, I'm a very simple person, as you can see. You can break them all down to simplicity. It's no, sorry. You can break them all down to their simplicity, and they'll let you know. Like you can take a beet with the root on, cut the root off. You don't have to peel it or do anything. Just put it into a cast iron pan on medium heat, and just keep rotating it every 15, 20 minutes. And watch how it turns out. It's not all leached out. All the nutrients aren't out of there. Everything is still in there, but it still has that roasted flavor.
Huh. And beets are so high in vitamin C.
Yep.
Which is a great antioxidant to help fight cancer and colds and the Rona. So immunity. And
you got it. You got it. Yeah, it keeps it going. But like I was saying, like on tours, everything is really health based because we're moving and we're on our feet a lot. So we drink a lot of juices, but one of my favorites was beets, carrots, garlic, ginger, celery, and apples.
As a juice?
As a juice, yeah. And we would blitz up one of those and pass them around to everybody every morning, no matter what, no matter how your mood was, whether you're tired or not. Here you go. Ding, 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 ding. And you'd be surprised on how the energy level in the room comes up. And everybody's like, okay, now I'm awake. Now I'm ready to go. Yeah. I personally think it's the ginger and the garlic, but
yeah, natural invigorators instead of just relying on caffeine.
Yeah. Well, we don't drink coffee, so yeah, we don't drink coffee in our kitchen, in the kitchen that I work in. We don't drink coffee because that's like an artificial stimulant. You don't have it, you don't have it. But I'll show you how to get it. Drink some of this juice.
Yeah.
And we snack on blueberries all day too, which is really weird. You'll walk around and if you look at our stations where we're all set up, we all have one type of fruit or another, like just so we can reach out and grab a handful. Mine is blueberries. That's why I said that. But I'll grab a handful of blueberries and it's like, okay.
That's a healthy one for the gut as well.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah.
That and bananas.
Yeah.
I don't know. Blueberries and bananas are, I don't know. I do not know why. I don't know where this came from. I don't know if it happened getting older in life, but blueberries and bananas are my shit now. Like,
Do they make you shit? Is that why you say that?
no, 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 no. That would be fun. I know, but the first time you take a poop after eating like 2 cases of blueberries, you go, "Oh, do I need to see a doc?" No, 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 no. You're good.
Super
Remember
good.
what you ate.
Super good for the brain. So does that juice, does that help them with their voices at all, the musicians?
I believe so.
Okay.
We get a writer that says what they want every day, and we fulfill that. And the majority of the time, it's more healthier food. Occasionally, you'll get like a turkey sandwich on there, if anything. That would probably be the most, but the most of them, particularly dealing with, how do I say this, the older artists,
Hmm.
they're more of vegetarian, vegan based.
Okay.
So like the tour I just finished, it was all vegetarian, all vegan, and I had to figure it out.
So Paul
Yes.
McCartney, who I do love, the Beatles are my all-time favorite band, along with the Spice Girls. Um, just dead serious.
Yeah.
So Paul, Paul McCartney, tell me about what's his favorite dish?
Ah, I would have to say the curry.
That's
The curry.
romantic. That's sexy.
The curry. Yeah, yeah. I'm not responsible for that dish. My friend was responsible for that dish, but he nailed it, and he got props from royalty. So cheers to
Yeah,
him. Like, you got royalty saying, "Hey, I love this."
that is so
I
cool.
it was really happy to see to hear that, like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this dude. So
That's cool. And in my newsletter I just wrote, I talked about how curry is an aphrodisiac because it's kind of exotic, spicy. Um,
endorphins,
mm-hmm,
endorphins. It kicks in your endorphins, and
mm-hmm,
it's really a stimulant. It's more of a stimulant
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
without having any well, no, it does have neurotoxins in it, capsaicin.
Wait, that's in spicy. So I mean, you could definitely add the peppers. I don't
Yeah,
know if that's in there unless you add it with the
yeah,
peppers.
you have to add it, I believe. But yeah,
And I
it's
like it
it's
spicy.
it's oh, these little Thai chilies are nothing compared to some of the ones that we got when we were in the South. These random farmers would come up and give us bags of stuff. What are we gonna do with this? What are we like? These guys are growing tomatoes, and we're like, okay, what are we gonna do with all these tomatoes? So we make bolognese or whatever, and this guy came up and gave us this bag of peppers, and I shit you not, they weren't. The bag of peppers wasn't bigger than my hand. The spice content in these peppers was exponentially hotter than I thought.
Can you take a lot of
I,
heat?
yeah, 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 but I didn't bite into it. I just took a little slice and I let it sit for a minute and watched it sweat. And as soon as I touched it to my tongue, it was, I don't know what they were. I don't know where he got them. I don't know how he made them. I don't want to know. Kind of like government shit. I don't want to know. But all I know is that shit was hot.
Hmm. I hear you. JP likes to play little tricks on me, having me try some sauces with
Yeah,
an evil laugh.
yeah, yeah,
Try
yeah, yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. I know that. I know that. I know that fucking laugh. I know that laugh from way back. Yeah, yeah. He'll just sit back and,
I know. I'm
and
like,
you're like,
why are you laughing like that?
yeah, yeah, because he knows, because he knows,
Then he's impressed with how much I can
because
take.
yeah, he knows. He's a smart dude. He's a smart dude. But yeah, um, they're just like there's so many vegan recipes that I learned, vegan vegetarian recipes that I learned that are so transmissible. Like they're both back and forth. You can take either meat or no meat, vegan, vegetarian, whatever.
Tell
There's a
us
walnut.
that.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
good.
walnut bolognese that you can
Okay.
make.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's extremely simple. You're basically, well, no, I hate using that term. You're replacing walnut, or you're replacing beef with walnuts.
Mhm. Mhm.
So everything you take it, blitz it together in a Roboku if you have one, or a mixer. Blitz that together, pour it into a pan, let it warm up, take half of it out, add tomato sauce, let that sit, add some herbs, garlic, onion, rosemary, so on and so forth. Take the other half of it, turn that into a really fine silky blend in a mixer. Then pour that back in there. Has the exact same texture as meat bolognese. Well, yeah, protein. Same protein, actually, when you look at it.
And great for our people that have a family history of cardiac disease,
Yep.
cancer. Because
Yeah, yeah.
walnut's like the perfect nut with the omega 6s and omega 3 ratio.
And you don't have to add any oil to it.
Hmm.
You don't have to. You can use an innocuous oil like avocado, or
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm thinking of something else, but yeah, you don't have to use oil, which is the best thing, and you just take pure products. You have the antioxidants, tomatoes, you have the acids, all the good things. So
That's great.
work it.
Veganism very trendy,
Yeah,
right? Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
The meatloaf recipe. Yeah, I'll
Hmm.
send you pictures of that. I'll
Hmm.
send you. I was proud of that one. Yeah, you could not tell. I challenge anybody to tell me that wasn't, no, well, that wasn't not meat, if that makes sense. That it looked and tasted and felt, everything was like meat, except for there was none. It was all vegetables.
That's the whole idea. And what I like about these recipes that you put together, not knocking the Beyond Beef and all that, but this is much more natural, wholesome. What you
Yeah,
put together.
a lot more processable for the body. So you can get that same flavor without having the negative effects.
Yeah.
So the what I've learned really quick again is that you don't have to necessarily pack a bunch of fat in there.
Well,
You
and
don't
all
have,
the junk, like the Beyond. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I do like it. It has its
yeah,
place, but all the chemicals they add to it is basically a glorified
is
junk food.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But they're working towards it. But that's what that's what I had to work with. So
Yeah, well, I mean, you make stuff that's really it's vegan and it's wholesome, you know, together. A lot of the vegan and vegetarian stuff on the market is not wholesome.
oh
Um, it's glorified junk food.
yeah,
And like I said, it has its place in our society. It's not horrible, but the two most popular
but
diets, yeah, it's not
it's not,
wholesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not where it should be.
Right. But they want to make Americans' palates happy and
So
want to sell.
yeah. Well, then again, it comes down to
You can't blame them. Hey,
yeah,
gotta make money. So just
yeah,
we have to be smart.
yeah. We
Um, yeah. Tell me about like your meat eater or your seafood eaters, your celebrities. Like, what have you made for them that's simple and sexy?
uh a lot. Well, I'll tell you one funny story to start out, and then I'll go from there.
Okay.
So I was working for a particular band, and I can't say their name, but it would rhyme along with an erection.
Okay.
Okay, so we got this writer, and we make all this food, and there's two of us spending like 8 hours all day getting all this food together for them and their after show and everything.
Uh-huh.
Just as we get done, we're getting ready to send our food. I walk over to the tent and I look in the tent where we were supposed to set up, and I see nothing but buffalo isled ings.
Yes.
In bags.
Yes.
So I looked and I went, what the fuck? We might be in the wrong tent. No, we weren't in the wrong tent. So I went and grabbed the guy, and he was like, yeah, they decided to get this instead. Like, in my mind, I'm going, we just fucking spent 8 hours cooking this shit. And you motherfuckers got Buffalo Wild Wings 2 hours ago? I let it go from there.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I learned real quick, just do what the client wants. So some of them like, who's the biggest meat eater? The rock stars are the biggest meat eaters. The rappers are the biggest chicken eaters.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. But
Yes.
with the rappers, okay, so I'll tell you the difference between the rockers and the rappers. The rockers, they know that we're feeding them and them, not their entire entourage. The rappers, we feed them, and their entourage thinks that they're entitled to everything that we're making for so and so. So it comes a point where you got to cut them off, and you go, "Hey, motherfucker, no, Like they'll come up to you in the mid. No, I shit you not. They will come up to you in the middle of the day, and you're making a bunch of food, and they see shit, and they come up and they go, "Hey," and they always come to me. I don't know why. Could be because I'm black, but they come to me and they go, "Hey, can I get a sandwich?" No, no. Yeah, but I'm with so and so. Yeah, and they try to show me their pass. So, yeah, but I can't get a sandwich. No, food's not ready yet. They get upset.
Huh.
Yeah.
They're hangry.
Yeah. Country artists are the best, though. Country artists are the best by far.
And I would imagine them to be meat and potatoes, but maybe I'm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Kane Brown, at the end of his show, he would have two things, just two cheeseburgers. That's it. Coolest dude ever.
That's nice
coolest,
to know.
Coolest dude ever. Yeah, he's one of the good ones. Let me see who else. Yeah, Roger Waters. That's all. That's more of a sustainable gig.
And
McCartney.
What does Roger Waters sing? I'm sorry, I'm not aware of this.
Pink Floyd.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be why.
You ever heard that song "Comfortably Numb"?
"Shine On You Crazy Diamond" was my 1994 song. I just was listening to
that is Roger Waters. Yeah. He's a cool dude. I was standing there watching the rehearsals one day, and he snuck up behind me. Like, he has really quiet shoes. He snuck up behind me and was like, "You like the show?" I just went, "Yeah." And then I turned and looked, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's him."
That's awesome.
Fucking blew me away. Like,
now,
yeah.
Are you allowed to talk about some of the athletes that you've worked with and what they eat, or give us ideas without names? Because I know a lot of us are trying to be fit.
I can tell you that I worked for some of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and one of them named Mr. Brown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and his diet was heavy on proteins and carbs,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
and a lot of veg too, though, but in ridiculous portions.
Like large.
Yeah, like it would be him and three other players,
Uh-huh.
but their portions would be ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
What you and I would think would be like filling, no, it's that, and then some, and then some, and then when you think you're done, all right, just a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
and they would devour it, and it was, to me, it was mind blowing standing there in front of them, going, "This dude is, I'm 6'2", this dude is 650, I don't know." He was fucking huge, and all I know is I had all I know is he had to duck to get through the front door, and I was like, "Holy shit, do I have enough food?"
Uh-huh.
Like the way they eat, oh, the way they
Yeah.
eat.
And
But they're nutritious. Though the whole
oh,
thing is
totally.
based on their nutrition. Like you have to balance out their proteins, their carbs, salt, particularly salt
Mm-hmm.
was one big thing. There was, yeah, you got to balance out a lot of stuff, but you still have to provide that same flavor and at that time variety. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
to eat the same shit every day. Who wants to
Mm-hmm.
eat? Who wants to eat the same shit every? Who wants to take 32 bites of the same thing? Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to figure out different ways to add different flavors. And another good point is that Indian spices, turmeric, cumin, cardamom, all of them healthy probiotics. So
Mm-hmm.
those are things that help the body process. So I learned a lot from them on the nutrition side. Like natural sugars is more of and I'm not talking commercialized honey. I'm not talking like that little cute little bee that they sell you. I'm talking like,
Bear.
yeah, yeah, or bear or bee, whatever, whatever. I don't even look at it anymore because I'm like,
Maybe they have me too.
that's not honey. Um, but like getting in touch with local growers is the best option. Is your best option, and there are so many out there that like my wife's uncle has a farm and they raise lamb. They have fields of vegetables and shit. And it's so great to just be able to go out there and pick fresh stuff and know, all right, I know what this is. I know where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I know what's in it, even
Mm-hmm.
better. So,
That's awesome. Well, thank you
yeah.
so much. One last words for our viewers, because our theme this month is keeping it sexy in the kitchen. Keeping it simple and sexy is what I'm adding from what I learned from you. And I know it's hot this time of the year, and people sometimes don't like cooking, but food is sometimes a way to someone's heart. So, do you have one little last words of advice for our viewers of making something simple and sexy, whether they're alone or with someone?
Gazpacho.
Oh, great idea. Yeah,
Gazpacho. It's a
yeah,
cold, and you can chill that. Like you can drop that down to a temperature where it will drop your body temperature.
great idea.
A gazpacho, and if you want to spice it up, put some of those jalapenos on top, or you can also put avocado. You can put
Yeah.
roasted pineapple. You can go anywhere with it. It's, again, back to Albert Einstein. The genius simplifies it, the idiot complicates it. It's all about simplicity. And
Hmm.
if you can do that, if you can keep it simple, don't overthink it. Just keep it simple. It'll come out sexy.
Awesome. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put some of your recipes on our meal plan for this coming month.
Okay.
So we'll be in
Yeah,
touch.
yeah.
Thank you so much. It is really an honor to have
No,
you.
thank you. Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Yes, we'll have to do this again sometime. Safe travels to you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.